Welcome back. I'm Atlantis Wolf. How are you feeling today? Today we're going to explore the concept of the shadow. Now the shadow is the tangle of beliefs that we bury under ourselves because we don't want anyone to see them. So I brought you to a favorite meditation tree because this tree has most of its roots out of the ground and exposed, but only on one side. If you walk to the other side of the tree, it just looks like a regular tree. But in this particular area, it's leading down to the ravine where the stream runs, and so it's very steep. So in order for the tree to stay upright, it has to expose its roots, and it makes for a marvelous meditation spot. There's a lot of power in your shadow. It's the part of you that you don't want to embrace, the part that you pretend isn't there, but you know it is. And you know you need to embrace it to be whole. We are equal shadow and light. Think about the yin-yang symbol, the symbol that kind of looks like a teardrop that's black with a white eye in it, and the teardrop that's black with the black eye, black and white equal, one on each. If that works for you and you can understand that concept and it's simple, fantastic. It never worked for me. So my concept of my shadow and my light is that my light is little tiny Atlantis. Little Atlantis. She's 9 years old. She's all heart-centered. She just loves, and everything she sees and everywhere she goes, it's love. Her shadow is an enormous black dragon with a gold belly and gold under its wings and blue-green kyanite eyes. An ancient dragon who's been her friend for hundreds of thousands of planet lifetimes. The shadow protects little Atlantis. Think about how your shadow is really how you move through the world. Your shadow protects you socially, starting in your tribe of origin, your blood family, the people you were born into. Think about how the construct of you, little soul traveler, being dropped into this family. This little tribe that you were born into hates certain people, certain foods, certain places, approves of certain places, certain people, and certain foods, allows you to have certain rituals and opinions. You need to grow a shadow in order to survive in your tribe. There's other tribes that you'll need to walk through. On the playground, in the high school, when you're going through the floors, or even people who interrupt your video with their dogs because they really need to say hello to you. The shadow is always present, and you do need to face it. It's where your fears live. It can be visualized as maybe a hallway with rooms, and each room has a shrine or a temple in it built to shame and guilt and obsessions and things that you don't want people to know about, frankly. It's things that we all have. It's a part of us. And by looking at it, by moving into each room in a gentle way and just observing what is there, you may learn where you lost some power. Where did you give up power? Did you let that hatred grow so big that you forget how to love people? There's levels of the shadow. So be careful as you walk into it, because you have to be ready for it and called to it. If you see something that says shadow work and you think, ooh, I feel like that's what I need to work on, yes, that's what you need to work on. If you see the word shadow work and you want to run in the other direction, you're just not ready. It's okay. When you are called, you will be ready. I'll give you a small example of the shadow. There's someone in my family who has been drinking diet pop for decades. even though they were in the medical field and spent their career in the medical field. They like to say, everybody needs a vice. So when you hear things like that, that's the shadow speaking. That's not their little self, their little innocent self speaking. That's their shadow justifying what they're doing. So there's nothing good or bad about it. It is what it is, but recognize what it is. Recognize that's your shadow, and you could decide not to drink diet pop today. But what fear are you facing? You're facing the fear of discomfort and the unknown. Because if you don't drink your favorite diet drink, the thing that you're used to, what will you drink? It's terrifying. Because it's such a habit, it's such a familiar thing. You think it's a part of you. And it is. But it's a part of your shadow. And it's optional. So that can move all the way to deeper levels of shadow. Like not caring about people who have died. You hear about someone who died in an explosion and think, oh, they live far away. Oh, they're a religious group that I don't agree with. They're all terrorists. They're all criminals. They all kill each other anyway. That's the deepest level of shadow. When you wish harm on other people, you are so far down into your shadow that you're blind. You're so far from understanding we're all connected. We're all connected to each other, to the land, to the mountains, to the four-leggeds, to the two-leggeds. We live in a web of life on this earth. If you think that you live outside that web, you're mistaken. And you have a lot of work to do to wake up. Try today. Maybe you wake up to the idea of being connected to everything today, and that will help you understand how to meet people with your heart instead of with your shadow. So what's in my shadow? I will tell you that I did a training, a 2-week retreat training last May, and one of the pieces that we did was shadow work. And they said, we're going to use this music, you're going to go down for an hour, it's shamanic breath work, and you will go and we will give you music that will allow you to be in a meditative state where you can meet your shadow. But just focus on your shadow of origin, meaning, in your family. Don't go too deep. But I'd already done a lot of shadow work. And so when I went into the meditative state, I saw that long hallway of rooms on either side. And I started to peek into one and said, no, that's not why I'm here. That's not what I want to do. And I ran all the way to the end of the hallway. And at the end of the hallway was a giant dragon, kind of the color of rust. When you see something that's sort of rusty, corroded, and things like that. The scales were that color. And it was more of like a red cinnabar kind of eyes, because usually when I see dragons, I could see the material their skin's made out of, and I could see their eyes. And I ran into it and had a mystical experience where I took the sword. There's a giant sword on my back when I do deeper meditations, and I killed it. I just killed it without even asking any questions. And as the skin fell off the dragon, inside was this beautiful woman. She had black curly hair. She was lighter skinned. She had blue eyes. She had a blue silk dress with little gold pieces and gold sandals. And I held this dying dragon who fell away and became this woman, and had a remembering of a lifetime where I was very powerful. I was a Caesar in Egypt, and this was my wife. And she watched me rise to power, and she watched me change as a person as I grew more and more powerful in my position, until she couldn't recognize me anymore, and it killed her. I didn't kill her physically. Watching the person she loved so much become blind to their shadow and be overcome with power killed her. And on her deathbed, I held her in the same way, and I relinquished all my power for all lifetimes. I wanted nothing to do with power. I wanted nothing to do with feeling powerful, feeling big, feeling like the sun, or feeling like a mountain, feeling like anything other than the smallest thing I possibly could. And that's how I lived for many lifetimes. That was a message given to me. But this is the lifetime when I'm here to reclaim that power and heal the wound and become powerful and abundant and humble. And now I see her with me in my meditations. And when I get nervous about doing things in front of people, because I'm an introvert, she's there and she's holding my hand. And we're going through it together. And I've asked my 3 girlfriends, as part of this journey, this Atlantis wolf journey, to keep me humble, keep me in touch, to stay with me in my journey. And I trust them to do that, and they've committed to do that. I don't believe that you will have a past lifetime experience in the next 10 minutes when I'm drumming. I do have longer drummings on my channel now that are 20 minutes. I plan to have 60 minutes. It is a special place to be held in a container where you can have that kind of experience. I'm training to do that. I'm doing shamanic breathwork facilitating training this year. So I will be doing that as part of this Atlantis wolf journey. So that's coming. But I just want you to have a chance to look at your shadow and understand it's half of you. It is half of your whole. It's there, and it's okay to look at it. The word shaman means one who sees in the dark. You are your own shaman. Go to the dark place. Go to the shadow. Go in a little, go in like a toe, or put your whole leg in there. But go in and look for the spiritual meaning of your stories and your beliefs and your pieces that inform your daily actions. What do you do or not do because you feel ashamed or guilty? That's a good place to start. Do you reach out to people? Do you prefer to keep a vendetta or vengeance, or say, they insulted me, they're dead to me? Oh, okay, well, now you have karmically wrapped yourself with them, and you will be seeing them and working that out either in this lifetime or the next, or forever. All I'm asking you to do today is peek into it. I'll create the space. My friend will give you lots of opportunity to sink in, to look inside, to walk with your shadow while holding on to your light. I'll see you on the other side. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Give yourself 3 breaths to come into the present. Focus on the roots, the shadow under the tree. Pick a place. Look inside. You can look into a small dark place or a deep dark place. And remember, it may have a different sound than you're used to. What you fear is inside of you, but when you face it, you embrace a piece of lost power. Look inside. Breathe into that fear. I'm holding a space for you. hold my hand. We'll walk inside together. Inside the shadow. To find a hidden power. Thank you for listening. I'm Atlantis Wolf, and I believe in you.